So, coming back from in 2012, losing my job, becoming homeless in Florida, it pushed me to in the corner of my photography career. Do I want to stay in Florida or move back in Michigan where I have family?
Yep.
And so this was the beginning of me becoming homeless, and I never really experienced it, so it was a big fright for me. So I'm like, man, I kind of packed up everything and moved back to Michigan.
Okay.
But like my last check was like, I'm not about to become homeless.
Oh shit.
So I kind of beat it. I kind of beat it that fate of becoming homeless while I was in Florida, and so came back to getting some support in Michigan, and I'm starting to build a better life out here for myself than prior years before I went to Florida. So I was out in the streets a lot before I moved to Florida while I was younger, and so now what happened? I'm an entrepreneur mindset, being a photographer, coming back to Michigan. It was easier for me to be more mature and take care of responsibilities.
All right.
I ended up getting my first apartment coming back home, and I remember like 2000 and I believe it was 2015. 2015. 2015. Lightning struck a pole that reflected from the corner of my apartment building at Oak Ridge. You can Google it and check it out. That Oak Ridge building got caught on fire.
Wow.
And probably about 16 families was put out of house. This is why I got a valuable lesson about apartment insurance.
Yeah.
And it's something that I teach people all the time. Make sure you get your apartment insurance because of this opportunity that, maybe you might want to have everything protected. I didn't have that protection when I was going through this experience.
Oh, you learned that the hard way.
I lost everything, became homeless. This is why I learned about the Red Cross and the assistance being very limited in our community for help in these type of situations. But these are the people that we look towards to, the people that we sponsor and donate to, but they don't really have much of help that they can really actually do. Then give us a couple of days in a hotel room. And so after those couple of days, I'm back on the streets, struggling for a couple of months, trying to make things work, lose my job, and everything goes downhill. At that moment, man, I was like, I'm not going to just stay down like this. I kind of was frightful to see my future being in this practice. And so I'm like, I've changed my mindset, changed my life. I can't let this take me down the wrong road.
Right.
And because I started hanging with people that was no good for me, just because they was in the same situation as me. And I decided that that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I didn't want to just settle at that level of my life. And then I started to strive. I said, I always wanted to do something in the community. Big brother, big sister program growing up. So it's always in my mindset. Like I wanted to structure myself to be able to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Do something. And so I just thought that at this time, even with being homeless and experiencing all these different homeless people that I'm around, and surviving the way that they survive, I would like to do something to make all of our lives better.
Yeah.
Even the homeless. Yeah. And so I started a community garden.
All right.
Started to thinking more logical on the resources that we need in the community that will help us provide for each other without having to ask for help.
Yes.
And I thought, us just taking our cucumbers and taking cucumber seed and learning how to cultivate that seed and to being able to grow more cucumbers, that would be more of a better situation for us than to ask for food stamps.
Yeah.
And so I started to do more and more of that, and I started a health class to teach nutrition.
All right.
And then A year later, I started a yoga class to start teaching more exercise. To say, hey, I did a study that said 30 minutes every day or every other day would save years of your life.
Yes.
You know, to give you into an introduction of human activity that we are created to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're created to move.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're sitting down, you know, on watching TV all day, we're missing out on those minerals and exercise that we need for those longevity of youth, our youth, our soul.
Yeah.
That's going to put the youth in our physical.
Agreed. Completely.
So I started to do something about it. You know, I started to say, you know, this situation that, you know, the lightning struck my crib, my apartment building left me homeless, and pushed me to strive even better than I was when I changed my life to become a photographer.
Yeah.
And so now I have a perception of different transitions that people go through to reach certain levels of mental strength and mental success that leads to physical world realities.
Absolutely. So you rised up from the ashes, which is beautiful.
Yes.
But what I really like, you know, you rose from the ashes, but then you also decided to help other people too. So you're raising other people up with you. That's the spirit of the Rising Phoenix, man.
Yes. And so it's been levels of it, you know. And so I didn't just stop with the community garden or just with the yoga and the health and economics class. I also did, so this is what I'm wearing right now. I created Booker T. Washington Holiday.
All right.
I feel that if we was to uplift and encourage our African American and Black neighbors that's being neglected in a lot of different areas and social construct, that if we was to help build more empowerment for them, that our whole community will be a better community.
Absolutely.
And so that's what my focus is for Book Day, to build a Black Empowerment Awards that will give awareness of awesome things that Black people are doing, which will build a better program of image of possibilities for us.
Yeah.
That, you know, a lot of us, I grew up with not having a thought that things are possible for us because we never seen somebody in our image doing those things.
Yes.
Or those things being in our environment that we won't get an example of that practice. So now I'm bringing that stage and that practice to a stage to where we can come together and experience those different practices that we're not really familiar with, that will empower us into a better community.
For sure. So they hear your story, right? They hear your story and they get hope that something can be better. They see what you're doing and you inspire them to want to do something more, and then you're giving them programs and resources. That's wonderful, man. So if somebody wants to plug into some of the stuff you're doing, Noah, where would they find more information?
Yeah. So this past year in 2019, Booker T. Washington Holiday was a very good success. Y'all can check out my interview with Eastern Michigan Radio, WEMU Radio, and you can just Google that, WEMU Radio, Booker T. Washington Holiday, and then you can see the article that we have on Concentrate Media, and you can also see I got a couple of media pages, Facebook. You can get contact with the Yoga with Brother Noah. Noah's Crystal Crowns is one of my companies that just newly started to build with doing handmade crystal jewelry. Yeah. So I also do, I'm kind of like getting into the entrepreneur world on another level, being multifaceted in different aspects. And so I have a lot of different platforms you can check out. My photography is Star 6 Entertainment and Photography. And I do have an Instagram for that. That's STARSIXENT, which is Star 6 ENT Entertainment. And that's also my email address is STARSIXENT.photo@yahoo.com. For people who would love to collaborate and build with me and make our community more and awesome. So just making achievements and enhancing our ideas that will be more so not for us to be just one, but we can all be individuals and come together as one. You know, accepting each other.
I like it, man. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm encouraged. I'm inspired by what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's awesome.